Greetings and salutations. This is another Dragon Barrows video. I just recently watched this video by Marcosatsu. IGN made a Power Rangers versus Super Sentai article. And how he laid out the what the IGN in Southeast Asia had posted. They posted 5 reasons why Power Rangers is slightly better than Super Sentai. No disrespect to the original. And I'm thinking, okay, what points do they make? Yeah, it's good. At this point, everyone knows that the American TV series Power Rangers are heavily edited adaptations of the long-running Japanese franchise Super Sentai. Power Rangers has been taking Japanese costume fights spliced together with original American footage since its creation in 1993. No shit. Then it goes on saying, that said, a lot of changes are made during the transition from Japan to America. From simple plot points to entire premises of similar seasons, so much so that beyond the star aesthetic, the two franchises are almost completely different. Duh. Granted, the original Japanese shows have a lot more leeway in terms of its plot development, character scope, and scale of action scenes, which means Power Rangers teams has to be very creative in making each season work. While we admit that Super Sentai is the superior franchise, so why again do they put down Power Rangers is slightly better than the Super Sentai? And then it goes, in so many ways, here are 5 here are 5 ways how Power Rangers manages to have a leg up on their Japanese counterpart. Again, they can't even do grammar, like this sort of grammar properly. It goes, here are 5 how Power Rangers manages to have a leg up on their Japanese counterparts, which means they don't exactly believe the writing that the article is writing about. And it says solid continuity. And they also have the morphing grid. Well, though the originator of the video that inspired this video had done in 2, I'm doing it 1. Like they say in the continuity, solid continuity. It says Super Sentai is pretty blatant in its scene of the continuity, with each season taking place in its own universe, far removed from one another. No. That is a blatant lie, And let me explain to you why it is a blatant lie or open dishonesty. If you look at, see, like, there's been a handover scene from, I think from when the Japanese did what we would call Ninja Storm, handing it over to, let me see, Ninja Storm to uh, Dino Thunder, from Dino Thunder to SPD, from SPD to, it was like that sort of, and also like from uh, from Angels to the Pirates. So it's like they're literally been for a lot longer than the Power Rangers have written into its this mythos of the Power Rangers that that they have it's far, like it says here, far removed from one another. I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm not getting, like, I am not getting let this small little thing to make people go, hang on, that's true, but it's wrong. We've had in the 90s, just when the Power Rangers was like nothing more than a baby TV show. In other words, in its infancy, Super Sentai has been doing crossovers in movies, where if you wanted to see a let me see, a Time Force and Wild Force Power Rangers getting together, like they don't do it in a TV show where it takes two episodes. In the Super Sentai, they make it like a whole movie, and in the that movie they have like between 1 to 3 movies, with one movie being Super Sentai Megaforce versus Super Sentai Angels going against Super Sentai Pirates, and then in that same season it goes Super Sentai Great Battle 109 Fighters, or 199 Warriors, or something along those lines, where they show the past. So again, just that with the opening sentence, it's wrong on so many levels. And it continues to say, Power Rangers, on the other hand, takes great lengths to establish a connected universe, so much so that the seasons that pretty much end in a reality-shattering way, like Dino Charge and RPM, are set to separate the universes. No. That, again, it brings it back to what I already said, where the Super Sentai seasons are literally contained in one timeline, one universe, one continuity, where, as I said, they had these handoff, it's like half a minute handoff sessions between, just say, from Pirate Sentai, which is one of my favorite seasons, to what now considered to be Beast Morphers, and how they go, oh, it's a continuity thing. We do things like this. But doing Beast Morphers after a certain thing that happened in Japan a lot before, uh, skipping certain seasons, it's not exactly showing that the universe is that the Power Rangers are a connected, a unit. It shows that the Power Rangers are literally in the multiverse. They bring out the multiverse. They want to make Power Rangers like DC or Marvel. Like you could have Jason Scott in one universe be the Blue Ranger, and have Justin Scott in another. Justin Lee Scott, Austin St. James's Red Ranger. Like Austin, like the Jason Scott be a White Ranger or a Green Ranger. You could do the whole Tommy Oliver thing, be Tommy Oliver being the original Red Ranger, or Tommy Oliver being the Red Lost in Space, not Lost Galaxy Purple Ranger. That's how the Power Rangers do things. They want to they have this multiverse bringing everything together. Then it goes on to saying, beginning with the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, each season is loosely connected with one another, some more than others, especially in the newer seasons like Beast Morphers and Dino Fury. That as I said, I made mention about that. They do, like they could do they did like a dinosaur thing before Beast Morphers, so they're not exactly being continually solid here. This also may make crossover events within Power Rangers more natural, particularly in seasons like Wild Force and its legendary Forever Red crossover episode. That's again not exactly correct. Any they go, oh, we like, look at this, they did the Forever Red crossover. In the Super Sentai, if memory serves me correctly, they didn't have to bring in. They didn't have to bring in at all the Quantum Ranger to fill out that role, that part of that segment where if they were to do it originally, bring in the red. Like if it was supposed, if the Power Rangers were to do it like this, I would say Mighty Morphin. That's for Mighty Morphin. That's for Power Rangers Season 1. Power Rangers Season 2. I would do Chinese Mythic Force or the Key Team. Like the Red Ranger from the Key Team would be in the Quantum Ranger's position, but they went, oh, fuck me. They literally went, fuck me. We didn't do this adaptation. We need a Red Ranger. Oh no, we got Eric. We got the Quantum Ranger from Time Force, and guess what? We'll bung him in there. And I'm thinking, Now on reflection, I'm thinking, no, you can't do it. How you did that is you knew you fucked up, and you have pushed this thing saying, oh, we know we fucked up, but we don't like the old fans. They're gone. They won't understand. Some old fans watch it. Like I've been watching it since like 1993, and I'm watching it through to today. I'm like, you assholes, you fuckwits, you knew you fucked up here, and you got to admit you have literally fucked up, but you don't want to admit that. Then they go into a thing called the morphing grid. It goes, every episode of the Super Sentai introduces new system in which the heroes of the season transform into their and they say spandex wearing alter egos. I say transform into their new powers or their new uniforms, which would have sounded a lot better. It makes sense since each season is set in its own universe. Wrong. It's set in the same universe. That's what I made in the solid continuity part. It's not its own universe. It is its own. It is one solid Super Sentai universe. When they're not bringing in this multi-universe theme, what Power Rangers is trying to bring in. And he goes, it makes sense since each season is set in its own universe. So the power transformation is also different each time. Again, no. You can't get away with saying that. But a simple reason is you want it to be its own universe. When clearly it is one solid universe, but you're wanting to put in this different universes from what you've seen from David Jason David Frank, who committed suicide. Like he did so many different things on YouTube. The projects that never actually got off the floor, projects that make you believe that there are different universes in a product that you say that there is, but it's not. You've seen Jason David Frank be this, Lord Darkin, be this Red Ranger for 2 seasons, be this Green Ranger, be this White Ranger, be this Black Ranger. And that's how you're getting this. This is where I believe that this is messed. That's where it gets its confusion from. Like they have couple of Power Rangers that have done different colors. Like TJ was turbo red and became in space blue. So that's where it gets confusing for the Power Rangers to them to say Super Sentai have multiple universes where the Power Rangers has this solid continuity with them referring to the grid, the morphing grid. I'm like, nah, you can't pull the wool over this Super Sentai fans' eyes. For the simple reason is, with all this Power Rangers rewrites and fan fiction and like this whole shattered grid storyline, not exactly going anywhere, having Lord Darkin be a part of certain continuities, not again. Like even one of them, he said, do they realize they could be gods? Then he just gets into these White Ranger White Dragon helmet, which is a fusion of green and White Ranger powers from different seasons. So yeah, you can't exactly get away with that. IGN. Then they go, each Ranger team's source of power is from the morphing grid, a sort of trans-dimensional power source that bestows power into selected individuals. It is a connective tissue that binds everything together. I'm like, no, don't give us that. If you got RPM as in one universe and Dino Fury in another, how can it be continuous? How can it, you got, how did each Ranger team get their powers? How is it explained? Instead of saying, oh, everyone worships at the everyone morphs under the grid. It's like saying that the Power Rangers are like this the singular uh, power source, but yet if you look at the Super Sentai, and which Super Sentai is far superior again, like they say, or like if it's like a science theme, they go, oh, the scientists have brought out this, and they use the technology from uh, this 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 place or that place, or we've found this energy source emanating from beneath the earth in this location or that location. If it's to do with more like mystical or mythical, they say it's from an ancient temple or from some ancient ruin. If it's from like a like a zoo ranger or or a couple of actually, or the last dinosaur themed, it was to do with tribes frozen, like the champions of tribes over the years, frozen in time. But when they were to be called back, they get called back. It's like they already had the powers, and like these different people got those powers because they earned the right to those powers. Which like I think to be honest with you, if it's from scientists developing this thing from like an alien force, like an alien system far away, or it's some temple that they received the powers from, or they were born into or they were like chosen champions to be warriors of that era. It doesn't matter if they come from different sources. They like this IGA article that was written 16th of March 2023. They were saying, oh, because of all this going to one, all them mentioning this, all them mentioning this, the superior intellectual force bestowing these power crystals, these power coins, these power morphers to the to the chosen champions. It was just within the recent I think it's Dino Force, like this past season, that they've literally they may have had Alpha do it for Operation Overdrive, be in the morphing grid. That was once, and that was a very long time ago. Then now they bring out these 6 warriors that are supposedly the champions of all time and space. If there were such big deals, why weren't they invented in Mighty Morphin? Why weren't they brought in during Zeo, Turbo, Lost in Space, Lost Galaxy, Time Force, Wild Force? Why weren't they? Why wasn't the morphing grid connected in that time, in that era, where it has it here in these latest dinosaur themed Power Rangers? They go, oh, we now have this, and I'm like, bit too late in trying to think of a continuity. The third thing that this IGA has is New Wave Comics. Ooh, comics. What is this? Then they go, and this is one thing that they say. While Super Sentai does occur, like while Super Sentai does occasionally have video games based on certain seasons, manga adaptations are something the franchise does shy away from. most of most for the most part, Super Sentai exists as a purely live action series. Meanwhile, the current Boom Studios Studio Comics runs a reinvented Power Rangers for the better, which is still ongoing today, with stories based on older seasons and even crossovers with other comic properties, such as the Justice League and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Um, really? Like, you want to go down this path? You want to go down this route? Where in Power Rangers, I think it's Power Rangers Zeo, they had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation, where, let me see, an American adaptation of a Japanese property and something that was a comic strip that was from the 1980s with characters that have not crossed over one bit before then, and they go, oh, crossovers with properties like Justice League and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm thinking, no, let's not go down this path. Don't even think about it. But a simple reason is, for like the Justice League and Power Rangers to get together, they have to go through like a whole universe of like, oh, this multiple universe thing happened and Superman happened to appear in Angel Grove. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. If, to be honest with you, Boom Studios, if they were to do, like, to be honest with you, with property and licensing deals, they have to be more financially stable than George Santos if they want to do this sort of thing, because it takes a lot of money to have the properties of Superman, Batman, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Flash, Wonder Woman, and other such properties. If they bring in Marvel comics as well, they got to be paying for Wolverine, Deadpool, Magneto, and all those other characters. Boom Studios got to be rich so they can bring in all these different adaptations. But they go, like, New Wave Comics. I'm like, comics? What's, to be honest, let me just ask this question. What is wrong with waiting? Like, waiting for the next episode in the next episode of the coming week. What's wrong with waiting for the movie to come out in cinemas? What's wrong with waiting for the DVD of the season or of the movies? There's nothing wrong. Like, I don't have Disney Plus, but yet I'm more than happy to wait for Wakanda Forever to come out in cinemas. I am happy to wait for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 to come out in cinemas. I am happy for a new Avengers movie to come out on cinemas. But it's just that waiting thing that makes it more more prestigious. And back in the day when I watched like a lot of TV shows, it was just waiting the extra week for the story to advance. They go, oh, wow. I'm like, oh, that's good. I'll finish watching that TV show. What's going to happen next week? I don't know. And this is before the internet started to spoil a whole fuck ton of things. And I'm thinking, no. You don't need to have this whole universe crossovers with different properties. You don't need to read comics on the Power Rangers. It's just making you confused with what is already out there. It's like saying, it's like what a Christian pastor would say about the pagans. Oh, they don't know the true might of the Lord God Almighty, or the Son Jesus Christ, or the Holy Spirit. That is what this reads like. It's just like, meanwhile, the current Boom Studios has run reinvented Power Rangers for the better, which still which is ongoing today with new stories based on older seasons, and that's like what the Christian pastor would tell you about paganism, and they go, "Oh, the paganism changes this and changes that, changes the other." I'm a pagan, and we haven't changed a bit since our inception. Unlike what you guys have done, you've changed smudging into smoking at church. The feast we've been doing feasts for thousands upon thousands of years, but Christianity says we're the originators of it. No. That is those two things: Power Rangers on comic strips and Christians saying that they originated a lot of things. Boom, sound very similar. And now let's go down to point 5 that IGN. IGA is a store over here which sells wonderful stuff at great prices. And no, it's not a sponsorship deal. They go, Mighty Zords. Yeah, what makes it so mighty? Like, it's not just a Super Sentai series without giant combining robots, dealing the finishing blow at the end of every episode. It is a part of the franchise's DNA, with each yearly mecha being something fans look forward to. That is the most truthful thing they have said in the entire article. Now this is where they get messed up. They go, these mechas are not, however, divided into classes. Why should there be a class system in Super Sentai? As it continues, as Power Rangers does with Zords, Megazords, and Ultra Zords, and the like. Weirdly enough, the uniform's classification of their robotic arsenal adds a greater sense of power scaling with each fight, since depending on the type of Zord used, fans get a sense of how powerful an enemy can be. Let me just cut this bullshit here. Let me just slice its throat and make you Power Ranger exclusive fans and IGN see the blood coming from your freaking throats. There is no need for a power class system. And the auxiliary Zords, the auxiliary mechas, to put it more bluntly, do help out the Super Sentai team in a particular way. It doesn't have to have a class. Like I've seen in Dino Thunder, for Pete's sake, have multiple auxiliary Zords come in and help out with a certain monster of the time. I've seen it in Operation Overdrive. I've seen it in Jungle Fury. I've seen it in Super Mega Force, which is, to be honest with you, it's the pirate theme They should have just changed the actors over and have a pirate themed Power Rangers season, but they don't because, oh, pirates are bad, naughty, naughty, naughty. Not let pirates be good guys. Pirates are good guys for goddamn sake. And they did have an arsenal of Zords or mechas to help the Megazord become better. Hell, they didn't even have like this Ultra Zord that they say, oh, the class, like, oh, it's a part of the class system. Again, why should there be a class system? Within the first episode of the Power Rangers, in some of the seasons there, the Zords don't even unify to form the Megazord to defeat the monster of the week, as they would, as these sort of idiots would put it down. Like, it's just so ridiculous to do this whole classification system of the robotic arsenals, or have like the classifications of Megazords or Ultrazords. It's just so ridiculous, and to think that they go, oh, we need to have a class system. Class system is more of a Western thing, and for people to try to understand the different arsenals, they go, oh, we have to have a class system. We have to have a class system. How about no to the class system? The class system, what really screws up Westernized pop culture. And now let's finish off with the last thing that they said. Good old diversity. Oh shit. Oh god. It's just a race bait thing that they're putting out there. Like they say not that we blame Super Sentai for being a Japanese franchise, but they are. They're saying that the people who create Super Sentai are racist to non-Japanese people. But then they go, but Power Rangers has allowed more people to be superheroes, more than a handful of Southeast Asian Power Rangers in its history since its creation. I'm like, you gotta be idiots. Well, why then Saban, Habim Saban, why in the bloody world did you want to bring over a exclusive Japanese property to North America, huh? If you knew it was all Japanese and most of the heroes in that is Japanese, why did you want to do it a more of a Western adaptation of it? And they go, and in the article goes, the Vietnamese American Tu Toing served as the very first Yellow Ranger. Hello, Asian Yellow Power Rangers, racist. Hello, hello. Does anyone have a brain in there? The first Yellow and Black Rangers was a yellow female Asian and a African American. Hello, racist. Whoop 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 whoop. With subsequent seasons like Time Force and Wild Force featuring Filipino Rangers, Ninja Storm having a Malaysian Singaporean Ranger, and both Dino Charge and Ninja Steel having Indonesian Rangers. Again, both franchises are getting better at representation, with Super Sentai having the occasional non-Japanese sided character, even having their first male Pink Ranger, and Power Rangers having their first Autistic Ranger and LGBTQ Ranger. Oh, shit. The Super Sentai doesn't need to have diverse people outside of Japan. No, it doesn't. It's a westernized piece of bullshit where they force to go, oh, we gotta have this gay ranger. But back when Sailor Moon came out, they were just cousins who happened to love each other. Hello, they were fucking lesbians, not cousins who happen to live with each other. Japanese have been doing this homosexual LGBT thing a lot longer than the bloody Yanks. But if it was a part of the Super Sentai season in years gone by, guess what? They wouldn't have it. And now they want to put this whole LGBT, like this huge spectrum of this mental disabilities and homosexual, bisexual shit. It ain't gonna fly. And now, the final thing. Super Sentai doesn't need to change. Power Rangers frequently have to change and frequently have to add shit to make themselves relevant. So, in closing, IGN, your article is completely wrong. Your article is full of shit, and your article needs a lot of work. It needs a lot of work when it comes to the grammar. It needs a lot of work when it comes to how you're trying to say that the good old diversity is a good thing. But how about tradition being a good thing? And on that note, I say a double fuck you to IGN. And long live the Power Rangers. See ya. Oh, sorry, long live Super Sentai.